Michael Bullock spent 2 months in Bangalore, India, and his project was a part of a collaboration we had with AsiaLink. So because of that collaboration, Michael Bullock was selected to go to Bangalore.
I am very interested in the languages of sculpture, so objects that are formed by hand through different processes of carving, casting, using different materials like wood, bronze and plaster, wax. And I've recently been working in Bangalore, India, where I did a series of works in soap, but also a wood carving in sandalwood as well, and some kind of constructions in rope. Previous work that I've done has sort of focused on the trade of sandalwood from Western Australia to Asia for the different uses, whether it be making of incense or trinkets or carving. And this basis of an interest in sandalwood has featured in my work in Australia in the last couple of years. The opportunity to do a residency in India was prompted by the use of Indian sandalwood in everyday life as well in India.
For the space program, he is producing a range of projects, so a lot of them are looking at sort of continuing his sculptural experimentation, so looking at a lot of the unusual forms he saw in India that he thought were very integral, or at least unassumingly so, to their everyday. So for example, he would see formations of rope on the streets of Bangalore. He looked at the idea of Muro's soap, which is a sandalwood soap, and sort of almost something you'd compare here to something your grandmother would have used and that we no longer really use. And he invited a collection of people to actually use the soap for a period of time, and eventually they gave it back to him. And he as you can imagine, they came back in all these different forms with different scratchings and different, cracked in different areas. And he's really using those as a basis for new sculptural work.
Sandalwood soap is a byproduct of productions for oil and those sorts of things. So, and the soap itself is actually the Mysore sandal soap. Is a very famous product of Karnataka state or Bangalore. It's a sort of a smell that everybody recognises, especially a smell that's kind of evocative of people's childhood. Now, soap itself is actually a kind of a material that has some kind of reference to, I guess, sort of some of the materials that you might use in sculpture. It's sort of malleable. With water, it kind of washes away over time. So for practical reasons, it was an inexpensive material, but for a kind of sort of a cultural reasons, I was really interested in it as well. What I ended up was a sort of a chronology of time passing.